All right, so it says we're live here. Hopefully we're live on the YouTubes.
We're live.
I thought there was a way I could see.
There we are.
Does it say we're live? Perfect. Perfecto. All right, we'll wait a little bit to let people get in, but what'd you have for lunch today?
Gave.
Gave?
Went to Gave. It's a New Mexican restaurant here in town.
Yeah, pretty good.
Had a smothered burrito. It was the size of a baby's arm.
Really?
Which doesn't sound very big, but it's pretty big. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, Derek came into the offices and was like, "Bleh, I'm stuffed."
Yep, exactly.
So, all right, so everybody's jumping on. Yes. So awesome. So what it is, guys, if you're tuning in, we're going to talk about some of the new releases we got coming out, and then talk about some of the new video we have. Now, what that just went out is the Trilogy Challenge video that we did with me, you, and Jackie. So we were out having fun. So that's out. People are hopefully enjoying that video. So that's cool. Kind of a goofy video, but it was all fun. There was some stuff I probably could have done a little bit more to it, but I just wanted to get it out. But anyway.
It says my volume is low. Is that better?
Oh yeah, I know it's better for me.
Echoey, maybe?
Is there an echo cancellation thing on there?
Nope. I did turn up the volume though, so let me know if that's better.
I think it's better.
Oh, okay.
Carrie had pork chop and veggies. Nice. I was just watching until I saw you go live. Nice. Great. Way to ruin our view count, our view time.
Our checked off, what's it called?
The watch time.
Yeah, watch time.
So,
Still low volume.
I don't know if I
Is that better?
control your volume. Let's see.
It's better now, they say.
Oh, they say it's better. I was going to say you're all the way up.
Yeah. I turned it up. I cranked it up.
Oh, here we go. Maybe this can't be changed while recording. Crap. Can't change the echo cancellation. Oh well. All right, let's talk about the discs that we got coming out. Eric, you had one. Go ahead and show them. Boom.
These things are sweet. That classic orbit is so pretty.
Now, it's not new, right? This isn't brand new, but you were telling me it's... Tell me more about it. What's the deal with these?
It's the first time we've released it in this, and the EMAC Judge. We've had them before in Judges and Wardens in the past, but we wanted to just come out with them in all plastics, essentially. So we have them in the Judge, Warden, and EMAC Judge in Classic, Blend, and Soft. So they're coming out in all three of the baseline plastics that we offer, minus Prime, but they look good, they feel good. I will say the Soft is very soft, like almost Bobby eating a taco soft. You remember that video you did that while back, the super soft ones? It's kind of in between that original super soft and soft plastic, like grippy wise, but they do feel great. Maybe not for like a 95-degree summer day, but some people are into that. So
I like my hard tacos and soft tacos, so either way, can go with the discs as well.
Yeah.
Now, does this affect the flight at all? They're going to still fly like a Warden's going to fly just like a Warden?
From what I've noticed, I have thrown the EMAC Judges, and they fly just like a regular EMAC Judges. It's kind of an aesthetic thing that just kind of looks good, and these do look good. Like this one here, look at those. That color combo is sick. Oh, look, you got the same one.
I got one too. Now, I noticed the color combination on these. Was that on purpose because of maybe a super popular football team around town?
Possibly. Or McDonald's. One of the
two. Either we dedicated this to Mahomes or Ronald McDonald.
Oh, my boy Ronald. No. Yeah, we have all kinds of different colors, and they all look fantastic.
And those come out tomorrow, right? Thursday?
That is correct. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
And also, I want to do a shameless... Oh, by the way, if you're watching, if you have any questions at all, this is also a chance to ask any questions you want to ask about any kind of molds we have. Maybe you're not quite sure about the new heist that just came out, the first run, so you have some questions about that. What is it compared to? That's why I got the pro on here, Eric McCabe, so he can answer your questions. So post them in the chat, and we'll see if we can get you answers to them. I want to do a shameless plug. We got some Dymax, Disc Golf Answer Man Dymax, so that's back in. These are on the EMAC Truth, but you can get them on whatever molds are available, Dymax, so you can get that on there. So I'm excited to see some of these.
Those are available now, right, Bobby?
Do what?
Those are available right now.
Yes, yeah, those are on the website for sure.
Awesome.
But something interesting I remember you telling me, and this can be like a little knowledge thing while we're waiting for people to ask questions. You were telling me, because this EMAC has the truth in lowercase, but some of them are uppercase. What's the difference?
So,
What I'm talking about back here, the little emboss that's on here.
yeah, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. There you go. You can kind of see that, right?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if
all
you can see mine.
uppercase.
There,
Bobby's
see,
is
you
all
can see the difference, yeah.
lowercase. So the lowercase ones are standard EMAC truths. The ones that have the all uppercase, like this guy right here, are the retooled version that is, it's not like overstable, it's just a touch more stable. So it was retooled to fly like the flight numbers. I started to notice that some of the older EMAC truths right off the shelf, they would flip over and just kind of ride and not have that predictable fade back at the end like I really wanted the disc to do. So I talked to Oscar over in Sweden and a couple other people over there, and we've retooled it. It does fly a lot like we'll say the Supreme version of it that had a little bit more meat to it at the end of the flight, but it's not overstable by any means. It's not like Verdict overstable. It just has that 5502. So, yeah. I talked to Oscar.
Ooh, I'm trying to see if there's, oh, okay, there's questions coming in that aren't coming in through the chat, so let's see.
Yeah.
Any chance of a run of classic blend EMAC truths?
Always a chance. There's always that chance for sure. Classic blend. It hasn't been something that it's not on our current radar, but that doesn't mean it can't be on our radar. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I can make it show on screen. Why doesn't it stay up though? It doesn't. The chats aren't. Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
Wrong way.
Okay. Next question is just started throwing a Vandal, such a wonderful disc. Okay, not a question, but a very, very good comment. And yes, I like the Vandal as well. I just put a video out on my Instagram of me throwing the Vandal, and it just has that pretty S-curve for me, so I love it.
It's a good disc. I did see that.
Another thing I wanted to mention that we just filmed yesterday is that we did a challenge between me and Eric, and Eric has the junior discs, bringing back the fun junior discs, and then I grabbed the equivalent regular size disc, and we did a 3-hole challenge to see who could do the best with the discs. Eric having the junior, me having the regular size, and then we did a distance competition as well. So you'll have to wait and see for the video to see who won all of it. So. But no, so tell me a little bit why the junior disc? Why'd you bring back the junior discs?
They were just kind of fun, and I know that I'd always like to have them in my bag for using as a mini because they are standard mini sizes, so you can use these as minis as well. But I always found myself throwing them, and it was just fun. It's fun to play catch with. It's just kind of like a novelty item, I would say. Not only do we have them stock stamped, but we also have some that are blank white fusion that will be available through our Dymax as well. So that'll be kind of cool. You can get, if you're a tournament director, you run a league or events and you want to do like second and third place trophies, these things work great for that. So.
Cool. Yeah, I remember when you came, what was it? Was it last week? When you came up with the idea of the challenge video, you had the sheriffs in your hand and you were like, we went out to the field out here by the warehouse and you threw one and I was like, holy moly,
Yeah.
Those things will fly.
Do you remember what you were throwing?
I tried the treason. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Treason and the motive. You threw both of those that day. Did you throw some of those this weekend?
I did.
Yeah.
I have some video coming out of me throwing the treason and the motive.
Nice.
And the treason will immediately go in my bag. That sounds so cliche, and I get it. You guys are like, "Oh, you're just saying that because you're doing videos." No, I'm telling you, the treason is definitely one. I can't have my renegade. Well, though I have some renegades, so I love the treason. So I think I need to do like a renegade treason for me because of the way they fly. Kind of see the difference in the flight.
Spoiler alert, there is a pretty cool renegade dropping soon too, with a sweet triple stamp on it. I'm pretty stoked on it.
You heard it here first.
Yep.
Okay, someone said a follow-up to the EMAC Truth, and they said, or perhaps a new or existing plastic for EMAC Truth that would be good for cycling?
Like cycling in and out of the bag, I assume?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Sure, yeah. I mean, the plastic thing, you know, we did the Supreme plastic, which is the Royal line from Latitude. That's the thing about the EMAC Truth. I think it's been available in pretty close to every single plastic type that we offer. Maybe that just means we need to come out with a new plastic or something. I don't know. Maybe that's something we could work on. It's hard to say.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Someone said, so glad you guys are back. Missed the game. Yes, we are glad to be back.
Yes.
Having fun with it for sure. Doing stuff like this. We're going to do more stuff like this. We tried doing this in the morning one time. Now we're trying to do it for lunch. So we'll see what kind of works out better. What would you rather, put that in the comments, would you rather us like do this in the morning time to kind of start your day? Or would you rather do this in the lunch when you're kind of taking your lunch break? So let us know. Cryptic says, don't know how long you've been back, but welcome back, Bobby. We missed you. Thank you so much. I missed you guys for sure. Having fun talking about new stuff. Another new thing that's new is what's on our head.
Oh, yeah.
I've got the blue. It's a little more blue than what this camera shows. And then Eric's got the black with the blue accents on there.
Yours looks almost gray.
Yeah.
But it is like a powder babyish blue.
Yeah.
And this is just all black.
So these are coming back out. So we're working on bringing stuff back. Some nice hats, some nice
shirts that are
apparel.
coming out really soon too that are pretty cool. So
The what now?
the shirts.
Yes.
We
Some
talked about
t-shirts
yesterday.
coming out.
Yep.
When did these drop? Do we know?
What else?
Let's see. Oh, wait. Someone said, Eric, in my childhood hometown, you designed a course, the Runway. What do you remember about that course and any special features?
So many special features out there. It's an old airport, which is why it's called the Runway, right? I'm talking years and years and years ago. Everything has been grown up now, but there is a hole that plays down where the runway once was, which is kind of cool. It's like a big old long par 4, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of it, there was like, it's almost like a tanker, like an oil tanker, you know, that's something you would like hold gas or something in.
Yeah.
I'll try to find a picture of it, but the Runway in Alma, Michigan is a fantastic course. Definitely worth checking out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. This guy says, amazing. I need to get both my boys a set of junior discs so my boys can join me at Shady Ridge. Absolutely. Those discs are
Shady
great
Ridge.
for little hands.
Shady Ridge, nice. That's another course I designed up in Maine.
Oh, nice. Can you talk about any courses that you have coming up?
Yeah. Been working on one up in Washington and Oak Harbor with Eric Dubinsky and the rest of that crew. That place, it's just like this big rectangle almost of overgrown, untouched property for many, many years. Nothing but trees, so it's going to take some time, obviously, to get that thing in there. But we're looking at 2 tees, 2 pins, one of those type of courses, big tournament-ready course, way up northern Washington State. Going to be awesome.
Oh, fantastic.
I don't know if
Let's
you can
see.
this, but
What
that's,
you got? Oh, wow, that's cool.
isn't that?
What is that?
It's like a tanker, like it would hold oil or gas or something like that, and I'm not exactly sure, but
Oh, no, I know what that is. What's that thing in the front with the chains on it? I'm teasing.
oh, that's a disc golf, that's a veteran basket.
Oh, those probably do pretty good on disc golf courses, huh?
The more you know.
Let's see. Someone says, any chance that the heist will be in Lucid Air?
Oh. Yes. I mean, there is a chance. There's
Yeah.
always a chance, like I said earlier. The heist right now, we're working on doing it in Fusion, have a Fusion release coming up soon. And I think if you guys happen to watch the warehouse after hours with Bobby, you may have seen Bobby dig into a box he shouldn't have and share a little bit of that. So if you want to see that, go watch his video, because I'm not going to spoil any more of that right now. I'll let him do that on the video. So go check out that video.
Nice. Let's see. Chaser says he's here. So now we can start. Thanks, Chaser.
What's up,
Appreciate
Chaser?
that. Yeah. And then someone says, will that Tyro mode ever get approved?
It did. Oh. The Tyro.
Oh,
I thought he was saying the treason. I think it's cool to talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, what we ended up doing with it is it didn't get approved, so we wanted to retweak it and rework the mold so it would be approved. It was too thin. I believe it was, like, I'll use it on this junior disc. It was too thin in this area here, so the PDJ said it will not approve, so we had to redo the mold, redo it, and when we redid the mold, we decided to rename it the Treason. So that disc will be called the Treason moving forward. So yeah, I don't technically think those Tyros are approved or ever will be approved technically, but the Treason is.
Interesting. Chaser says a little echoey. Yeah. I'll just be full transparency. I literally texted EMAC this morning and said, late notice, but I think it'd be fun to do a lunch with Bobby and Eric. And so we kind of threw this together. But next time we'll probably have some headphones on. That way it won't pick up the sound from everybody. So I appreciate y'all's patience on that. Let's see. Chaser said he's working on getting approval for the second course in Philadelphia. Navigating local bureaucracy is harder than Northwoods Black. So have you ever encountered that?
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, most courses I put in the ground or design, there's a lot of red tape that goes through it, and depending on what state you're in and those kind of things. But California is one of the worst as far as getting courses in the ground. The course I put out there in Riverside took almost 2 years just to get approved before I could even step foot on ground and start doing anything. So totally got it. The best thing is just stay patient with it, and it will eventually happen.
Yeah. Someone says, any info on Camp Alexander? I think we had that question also on the
We talked about it
Man.
on Answer Man. No updates on it right now. I've got an email drafted, and I'm just waiting to hit send until I hear back from somebody else before I hit send on who exactly I need to send it to. But the wheels are in motion. We'll just say that. The gears are turning.
Kind of like what you just mentioned, where sometimes things just take time, and you got to have a little bit of persistence with it. So.
Yeah. It's private too, right? So like that adds a whole nother level of patience and all of that. So.
All right, Nick says Shady Ridge was an amazing addition to Northern Maine disc golf. It complements Maple Ridge perfectly for a more challenging course that can help improve your game. Nice.
Maple's fun too. When I was up there designing Shady Ridge, we went and played a league at Maple, and it's a beautiful piece of property. I think it was in the fall when we were there too. It wasn't quite full peak fall, but there were still some beautiful colors.
Yeah. Carlos says he's digging Eric's hat. Is that on the site? Not quite yet.
It will be, I think, in the next week. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So his hat, the hat I have on as well, will be out there.
Yep.
It looks like we have a vote for the afternoon, so maybe we can try this next time for the afternoon. So
Well, of course, the people that are watching in the afternoon right now are going to vote for the afternoon.
do it now, because I can watch it now.
Vote now.
Hopefully people can enjoy this even after the live. I know sometimes live has a struggle where not a lot of people like to watch the live stuff, but maybe it seems like YouTube's kind of moving a little bit away from the crazy edits and the fast edits. There's still a place for it, but maybe this will be something nice and chill where people can just have lunch with us. Next time we should actually have lunch. Well, maybe, I don't know if people want to hear us eating, crunching.
Yeah,
Probably not. All right, any other questions, guys? If you just happen to tune in, we're just talking about some new stuff. We're talking about the new Classic Orbit Warden and EMAC Judge that's coming out, being released
Also
tomorrow
Judge.
at 8 a.m. They come in some very pretty colors, color combinations.
Not just the EMAC Judge and the Warden, but also the Judge is also
Judge.
dropping tomorrow. So
What would you say if someone was trying to figure out between a judge and an EMAC Judge? Well, I guess
say
in a
pick up
warden,
the
like
EMAC Judge.
what's kind of the deciding factor?
the EMAC Judge, there's no question. You don't even need the others.
You don't even need, nice.
Let's be honest. Now, really, it comes down to preference, personal preference, whether you like a bead, like a bigger bead, you like no bead, or you like the kind of in-between micro bead. It just depends on what feels better in the hand, what you're used to. I've always been a micro bead guy, so when we were able to make the EMAC Judge, I was really stoked. Because full transparency, when I made the switch 12 years ago or whatever it was, I struggled to find a putter that I felt comfortable with, that was clean release and felt good in the hand. Because when I was with Discraft, and I used a Challenger for 10 years or something like that. So when you use something for that long, putting something else in the hand is totally it's just weird. It just feels foreign in the hand. So when we were able to bring out this mold right here, I was very happy.
Gotcha. Let's see. Where did I go? Oh, any chance that disc golf will go to round Teepads? Sheesh.
There's some round Teepads out there. There are round Teepads at Fountain Hills. I've played there. The problem I have with round Teepads is how much concrete you have to pour. How big that Teepad has to be in order for you not... To me, the perfect Teepad is you start on the Teepad, you finish on the Teepad. You don't have to step up to it, onto it, because when the grass is wet, it's just a nuisance to me. So I could see it potentially happening, but I don't foresee it being like an industry standard at all. I could see turf becoming more of an industry standard before different shapes of Teepads.
No. Let's see. I'm excited for the soft EMAC Judges tomorrow. Nice. Wooded golf doesn't like classic plastic when you miss change. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
Yeah, Kevin said something about the second mic. There's an echo, creating an echo. Yeah, there's some.
Yeah.
I think what it is we kind of threw this together, and I didn't think through having the headphones. So next time we'll have headphones. That way it'll kind of help with the echo. I turned on echo cancellation for me, but I didn't quite get it for Eric before we went live. And then I'm not sure, he has a mic, but I think it's actually using his MacBook mic. So we'll do a little more testing next time. Are the classic soft
mic.
Judges available?
What's that? Classic soft Orbit Judges are available tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, dynamicdisc.com.
Any possibility of an EMAC Judge being made in a fluid plastic?
Ooh, fluey. You know what?
Did you say fluey?
I said fluey. I don't know. I've always called fluid plastic.
New plastic, fluey.
Fluey.
Called it.
I do have some fluid stuff coming out soon. I don't remember exactly if the EMAC Truth or Judge was in it, but we do have some fluid plastic coming back in the near future, we'll say. Yeah. Just in time for fall, probably.
Nick wants to know if there's any resource for coaching and teaching the game to youth, specifically for a player that isn't the greatest at throwing but good at teaching.
Oh.
So you want to be the resource, or you want to looking for a resource?
Looking for the resource. It sounds to me like he's a great teacher.
Yeah.
Wants to teach. My suggestion is, if you are a fantastic teacher, YouTube. Just start making videos. I mean, if you're really, really good at it and persistent, somebody will eventually reach out to you to do more, or post up at your local disc golf course and do clinics, do things like that. So YouTube's a great resource though for beginners. So
yeah, I would say if you're asking, from the perspective of a teacher, I would say go for it. Just start putting your lessons and tips out there. Don't listen to the naysayers. There's a lot of sometimes people will say, well, you can't even throw that good. You can't. Why are you teaching? Well, sometimes people just know how to break it down for people to understand it. They just can't seem to get it themselves. And then there's the reverse, where you have somebody who's can do it fantastic at throwing, at playing disc golf, but they couldn't teach it for the, they can't teach it very well because they just don't know how to break it down for people to understand. So
Yep.
I say go for it.
I do too.
What is the best roller disc in dynamic discs?
Depends on your arm speed, honestly. For me personally, I used to absolutely love rolling the Renegade. So the Renegade was my go-to roller, but for a player like Bobby, the Renegade's probably more of I wouldn't say turnover, but probably more of a control disc, right? Like
Yes.
an S, you always had that predictable fade at the end. A Thief comes to mind as well. That's another one that's relatively understable for slower arm speeds. And the last one I'll mention is the Vandal. I also love, love, love throwing the Lucid Vandal as a roller.
One more question. All of my putters are the same mold. Might there be any detriment to my stack of practice putters being far more beat in than that pair in my bag? That's a valid question.
It is, but for me, when I'm out practicing, it's more about the repetition with the arm.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily about where the disc is going necessarily. Now, from a positive standpoint, it definitely feels better to see your putts all doing the same thing going in, but at the end of the day, it is all about that repetition. In my opinion, as long as they're all the same mold, you should be just fine. It's when you start using like a Judge and a Warden that can have tendencies to fly a little bit different or release from your hand different, that's when you kind of start to change things, right, in your form or your release. So keeping it consistent and repetitive is very important.
Nice. Someone asks me about Bobby, do you still have that pink disc that a fan died on your face on, and have you bagged or thrown it yet? Yes, I actually still have that disc. I was telling people that when I decided to come back to dynamic discs, I had to take all the discs out of my disc golf bag from a competitor that also, I can say the name, I'm not scared, from Class Disc when I was doing my Class Disc stuff. I had a Class Disc bag, took all my Class Disc out, and I was like, oh, I can't put this in a Class Disc bag. So I grabbed my little, what was the smaller one that we had, the Recruit bag? Was it the Recruit, it's not the Trooper. Was it a Cadet? No.
Yeah.
Cadet. So I had one of those. So I grabbed a bunch of my discs and I was pulling them out of my Heiser rack, disc rack, and I saw the pink disc with my face on it, and it gave me a little chuckle. So yeah, I still have that.
That's funny.
Daryl says, I prefer lighter discs and would love to have a lighter Warden and Verdicts. Any on the way?
How light are we talking? Like,
how light can a putter go even?
I mean, I have I think it's a 126 gram EMAC Judge over here.
Oh, wow.
We have those coming out in the new drift plastic relatively soon. Kind of think of Latitude 64's Zero Gravity. They're lighter stuff. We do have a run of DD discs coming out in similar plastic. It is a little touch different. And we're going back to our drift. Remember, we used to have drift witnesses back in the day. That's what we're going to call them and coin them. So we don't have any, was it judges he was asking about? Is that right? I think
Yeah.
Judges and verdicts. No, wardens.
Oh,
and verdicts,
no, wardens and verdict.
Wardens and verdicts. At the current time, nothing crazy light. But as I mentioned, when you guys ask these questions, I'm definitely taking notes and keeping an eye and an idea on what our fans want to see moving forward, so I can, start to process that and start to potentially make some runs like that. So keep that stuff coming anytime you guys want to see something, for sure.
Absolutely. Gives us good feedback and good ideas for sure, and he can make it happen. Paul says, awesome, glad you still have it. I died that disc. Nice. Thank you, Paul.
Nice.
Appreciate
Very
that. Good evening from the Netherlands. EMAC and Uncle Bobby, what's up? How you doing?
What's up?
Let's see. There was one last question I was going to put on here, and then we might go ahead and call it a day. I'm a huge Trespass guy. Would love to know which runs EMAC bags.
Love the Trespass. It is such a great disc. Actually, these are the ones I'm really loving. It's kind of like it's a Lucid Sparkle. These are Huck Lab ones. I was just looking on our website to see if we had these on the website right now. But I love these, and I love the 2018, I know that's a long time ago, Lucid X versions. Those things were fantastic. And then the next one I will give a plug for that is in my bag at the moment is the Macy Villa-Diaz Tour Series one. That disc, for whatever reason, it just is this hyzer flip dream for me, and it just goes. It just wants to fly very, very far. So that's the other one I'm going to give a shout out for. The Macy Villa-Diaz Tour Series, and you get to support Macy as well. So
nice. Okay, so that was the last one, but there's a couple of 2 good ones, and we'll do that, and then we'll call it a day. This one's from Ryan. He says, "Is it difficult to make lightweight molds?" My understanding is, I don't know if it's if it's difficult, but my understanding is it isn't as simple as like, oh, I like that mold, make it a lightweight. You can't just automatically assume because we have a mold that it can be made in every plastic, every iteration that we have out there. Sometimes things just don't, the way it all works, it just doesn't always work to have a lightweight disc in a certain mold that you like.
Yeah, injection molding it's a science almost, right? There's a lot of trial and error there. Not every mold is able to have lighter weights on them, unfortunately, without doing like some sort of air plastic in it. So they're always working on different things and trying to improve quality control and everything across the board. So
yeah. All right, last question. This one's a good one. This is from Mr. He's had for years. If a disc does not fly per the numbers, is that a defective disc, and does it need to be destroyed or remolded?
That is a fantastic question. What do you always say, Bobby, about flight numbers? That they don't matter?
They don't matter.
They matter. They don't let that be your end all say all on a disc. Like, so many times have I not tried a disc because of the flight numbers. That's not something to do, in my opinion. Of course, nothing like, and we can get on this little rant real quick for it if you want to. In my opinion, this is my opinion of flight numbers. If I'm given a disc and Bobby is given a disc, and we are supposed to go out to a field, not together, but throw the discs and then come back with flight numbers, right? The speed is probably going to be close to the same, but the glide may be close to the same as well, but that turn and fade are probably going to be different depending on our arm speeds and whatnot. So what I would love to see is the PDGA approves every single disc, right? They approve all molds. I would like to see the PDGA, when they get those discs to approve, they're the ones determining the flight numbers on the disc, right? That way it's an industry standard. It's the same across the board than it is, whatever Prodigy's doing to determine their flight numbers, whatever we do to determine ours, whatever any other company does to determine flight numbers. I think that'd be pretty cool. In my opinion, it is just basically a guide to go off of, but never, don't not try a disc just because it's a -3 turn or, insert number there, whatever that may be. So,
and that's really. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say word of mouth travels far, and obviously, shameless plug here on the Is This Disc Right For You, but there's a reason we do that series for our brand, because it flies different for me than it does for Bobby 90% of the time, I'd say. So you get so much different perspective on how every single disc in our lineup will fly.
Yeah. And like to that one point you made is that's really what got me on that whole rant was when I would travel many years ago, when I would travel with the RVs, and they would have the setup, and they would have all our discs, and we would have tester discs, and people would throw the different discs, and if we had new molds coming out, we would have a couple of new molds out there, and people would throw them, and I would watch someone how they throw, and I would pay attention like how a certain speed disc and what it would do, and then I would suggest certain discs to them, and they would look at the numbers and go, and I would like, wait a minute, what kind of shot are you looking for? And they describe the shot, and I'm like, I just watched you throw. Right. You should at least try this because I really think it's something you'll like. And they totally dismissed it because it didn't have the flight numbers that they were looking for. And I'm thinking, I get it. You're looking for a certain flight numbers because you want it to behave in a certain way, but you're not even willing to listen to me because you immediately turn off by the flight. by the flight numbers. And so that was my thing. It was like, I don't think it matters as much as you think or you want it to matter. Especially when people say it flies true to the numbers. To me, that's still kind of one of those subjective things. So
For
but
you,
anyway.
it flies true to those numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Totally.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for the questions. This was fun. Talking about some new, real quick recap. Oh, what you got?
The only thing I did see a question pop up that asked about if we're expecting stock generals anytime. I did want to kind of address that. We do have a bunch of generals that are about to release. Some of them are the Saki Bomb ones, and then some of them are just going to be what the general will be moving forward, which is just the Supreme General. So you will see some generals dropping in the near future. Matter of fact, I'm on a thread right now about the stock stamp for those. So yes, to answer your question, yeah, you're going to see those.
There you go. Perfect. All right, real quick recap. So what we're talking about, we have the Classic Orbit Warden, the EMAC Judge, and the Judge coming out tomorrow, 8 a.m. These will go on sale, and they come in the Classic Blend, and the Classic Soft. So check those out. Also, little plug for our new our revised Disc Golf Answer Man, bringing the podcast back. So
Such a cool
show your support.
That logo is one of my favorites of any, not just podcast, just a logo in general. That thing is sick.
And if you happen to grab one of these and you're out on the course, take a picture and tag me and Eric in it so we can see that. I love seeing that stuff.
Or drop in the comments that you want it signed too. We do that still. We still do that.
Yeah, we'll sign it for sure. And then go watch the Trilogy Challenge video that we just put out. Me, Eric, and Jackie. We start out playing regular, and then it turns into complete chaos. So, I mean, literally, Jackie is putting from, just doing crazy stuff. And we ended up having some ice cream, and it was fun. So check that out.
Shout out Jay's.
All right. We'll see you.